Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the President's Platform Party.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Our national anthem was sung by the Madeline Choir School choristers, conducted by Gregory Glenn. Pastor France Davis, Vice Chair of the Utah State Board of Regents.
Let us bow our heads. Oh God, our Father, it is in the name that's above every name that we've gathered here in the cause and for the purpose of education. And Lord, we've come because you have allowed the selection of a new leader, one who will give direction, who will give vision and insight, who will also provide the model for what a great education will be. Now help Salt Lake Community College to be all it can be and to be that door that allows so many to find their way. And then may each of the students who come be able to achieve their academic as well as their lifetime goals. We pray that the new president will be representative of the work that you would have us achieve, that Lord will be able to reach the goals that have been set by our governor and by our state. And as she leads, that Lord, she will be able to take care of herself as well as those that will be here on campus. And then, oh God, we pray that when the work that has been assigned to her has been done, that you will have gotten the glory, and all of us will leave better, and we will give you thanks and praise. Amen.
Carlos Moreno, President of the Salt Lake Community College Student Association.
Governor Herbert, Board of Regents, Member of Board of Trustees, President Huftalin, legislators, and civic leaders, Executive Cabinet, faculty and staff, students, family and friends. Welcome to Salt Lake Community College. Since 1984, Salt Lake Community College has been a point of access in our community. As the community college and the only comprehensive community college in the United States, in the state of Utah. We are proud to strengthen our mission of transfer education, workforce education, student access and success, and community engagement in the work that we do every day. We are deeply honored that you are on campus today to join with our college community as we gather to the installation of Dr. Deneece Huftalin as the 8th president of the college.
The Honorable Gary R. Herbert, Governor of the great state of Utah.
Well, thank you all. I'm honored to be here with you on what I consider a very happy and joyous, wonderful and significant occasion. Certainly want to recognize our educational experts that we have here with us today, our Commissioner of Higher Education, Dave Buehler, members of our Board of Regents, Gail Miller, the Chairman of the Salt Lake Community College Board of Trustees. We all care about education in this state, and I think we understand the importance that it is for our quality of life and for our economic opportunities as we go forward. As John F. Kennedy said, leadership and learning are indispensable to each other. As I reflect upon Salt Lake Community College, I think we all appreciate those who have gone before to build this campus into what it is today. A dynamic campus where our students are able to come here and improve their skills and go on to become productive members of our society here in the great state of Utah. We're fortunate to have had strong principal leaders in that capacity here, good faculty and staff members who are doing so much to help the students to excel. I want to just extend an appreciation for former President Cynthia Biotto for her great leadership and the work that she did over many years to bring us to the level that we find ourselves in today, and she accomplished a lot for this institution. But I can tell you I'm equally grateful and excited about this new opportunity and the leadership and skills that President Deneece Huftalin brings to this new assignment for her. Again, I think the future is bright for Salt Lake Community College. We have reason to be very optimistic. I know for a lot of you, she is no stranger to the community college here, having served here for over 2 decades. And with her formal inauguration today, it's just kind of confirming what she's already been doing as the current acting president of this college, having had that assignment since September. President Huftalin is a talented administrator, a compassionate student mentor, a tireless student advocate and worker, and she truly cares about her students. She does fit the adage that I don't care how much you know until I know how much you care. She cares about the students here and their success and their future and the opportunities that they are presented to them with a better education and better skill set. I would just reflect upon her diminutive size. She's not really a large person. But my father was a small person, and I know he used to say to me, Gary, dynamite comes in small packages. And I think that describes President Huftalin, I think, to a T. She is really a dynamite individual with what I call personality plus. She's bubbly, she's exciting, she's committed, and she's dedicated. And I think we're going to be so well served under her leadership. Now, I know that Salt Lake Community College has a unique role it plays in our higher education system, a significantly important role. 70% of the students that come to this college plan to go on to get an associate degree or plan to go on to a 4-year college. That's a significant portion. And the aspirations of our young people need to be, in fact, realized. As we have, as a state, a goal of trying to get 66% of our students to go do post-high school, get certificates or associate or full degrees, Salt Lake Community College has a significant role to play as we, in fact, reach that goal over the next few years. President Huffington has the background and the skills, and I think is uniquely qualified to step into this responsibility at this time and, in fact, encourage the students to aspire to greater heights. That's going to be good for our economy. It's certainly going to be good for our society here in the state of Utah. Her strengths, in fact, I think mirror this aspirational goal that we have here in the state of having better achievement when it comes to education excellence in this state. She knows the way of academia. She knows how to achieve excellence in that setting. She knows how to motivate students. Her entire career has prepared her for this moment, and she's going to be able, I think, to take Salt Lake Community College to even new heights. So today, President, as you embark upon this mission, I join with you and those who are here today and all of our near 3 million Utahns in offering our heartiest congratulations and our willingness to support you in this effort. I know that together we'll be able to achieve excellence here at Salt Lake Community College under your leadership, and we thank you for all that you have done, but we really thank you for all you're going to do. Thank you very much.
Lisa Bickmore, Associate Professor, English.
I met Emma Luthane when she was choosing the poems for her book, Things Happen. And then over the years, I had many occasions to experience her joie de vivre, her energy and intelligence, and her great kindness and compassion. She loved Salt Lake Community College. She had great enthusiasm for our mission and for the ways the college helped so many to find and pursue their dreams. She was so pleased to be able to write this poem for President Huftalin's inauguration. This was the last poem she worked on, and I'm very honored to read it. Considering the Future, a poem for peace. I have only one voice, one language, one set of memories to look back on, 1,000 impulses to look ahead. If I will, if there is time to consider. How much for the earth? What would I keep? Blue mountains against a black sky. Smiles exchanged so well we do not know our ages or conditions. Snow melted, leaves moving again. In a voice, rain finding its way to the stream. A song flooded with memory, a smell of pinyon in fire, onion in stew. A dancer watched like a child in flight like a dancer. Hot soup, hot bath, hot air to take to the canyon. Aging slowly from the bones outward, time to pick and choose. Smell of soap, hot animal, an apple crisp, a ball hit, tongue of a lover, dream of a dead mother stroking our cheek. An idea, the pieta, the hand of God, a word, a prayer, the word, the earth, far from without form and void, the earth created and not destroyed. If altered, not back to darkness upon the face of the deep. You, me, combinations of color and sound, the Spirit of God moving upon the waters, a child born, a celebration for the end of war, a new generation inevitable. A candle, a kiss, eyes meeting, holding, life to consider. For the life in me, in you, I say yes. Yes, thank you. Yes. In your breath fused with mine, even ashes stir and glow. It's time. It's time we said together, yes to life.
Gail Miller, Chair of the Salt Lake Community College Board of Trustees.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees, sorry, Larry. We welcome Dr. Huftalin to her new position as president of Salt Lake Community College, who has a deep knowledge of the institution and years of care, consideration, and concern for our students. Complete with her long-standing relationships with faculty and staff, passion for the community, and enthusiastic and capable leadership, we are confident that she will advance Salt Lake Community College on a pathway to becoming the premier community college in the nation. Thank you.
Larry Hancock, former trustee and current SLCC Foundation board member.
Good morning. This is a wonderful occasion, and it's truly a privilege and an honor for me to participate in this installation ceremony for President Deneece Huftalin. I want to personally congratulate the President and welcome her to her new role. She is well prepared and very deserving of this opportunity. I am grateful to speak on behalf of Utah business and industry community. I currently serve as the Regional Vice President for Intermountain Healthcare. In my position, I have the opportunity to oversee the 5 adult hospitals for Intermountain Healthcare here in Salt Lake County. In this position, it has been a great opportunity for the past several years to partner with the nursing program at the college. Not only Intermountain Healthcare hospitals, but all hospitals in this community benefit from the many talented and professional nurses that have been educated and prepared through the nursing program here at the college. During times of nursing shortages, the college has been a lifesaver in educating, training, and preparing professional nurses to fulfill many needed nursing positions. And in times of non-nursing shortages, the college has still been active in educating and preparing professionally skilled nurses to care for you, for me, for our loved ones, and for all those needing quality nursing care. As a parent and community member, I am also grateful for the high-value education that is offered at Salt Lake Community College. Like many of you, I have 2 sons, 1 daughter, and 1 daughter-in-law that have benefited from the excellent educational offerings at the college. The most recent, my 25-year-old son and his wife, both received associate degrees from the college a few years ago, and then went on to continue their education at the University of Utah, where they both completed bachelor's degrees last May. Now they are both starting careers at a very exciting time in their lives. Salt Lake Community College prepared them well to move on to the next step in their educational pursuits and to be successful in that next step. Salt Lake Community College does not only serve an important role for students from the local community, but it serves an important role for students throughout the state, throughout the country, and even throughout the world. Students attend this great institution from approximately 60 countries around the world. Salt Lake Community College is a great, not good, but great educational institution. It offers great value for the money. We are fortunate to have this great institution in our community. It is a benefit to students from around the world. It is a benefit to business throughout the state. It is a benefit to employees in the workforce that may need additional training. And it is a benefit to the community at large. It is an honor and a privilege to be associated with Salt Lake Community College. Congratulations, President Huftalin, in your new position as president of this great institution. We all look forward to continued progress of the college. I am confident that we will see many great accomplishments and advancements under the direction and leadership of our new president, President Deneece Huftalin. Thank you.
Tim Huval, Salt Lake Community College alumnus.
So I have the honor and privilege of speaking briefly today on behalf of the over 600,000 plus alumni around the world. I graduated from Salt Lake Community College in 1989, and since that time, I've lived in 9 different states, currently living in Kentucky, and there's been one common thread, and that is I never forget the place that gave me my start. In that time, I never would have had the opportunity to go on to Weber State or to BYU and to further my educational endeavors had I not been given the opportunity at Salt Lake Community College. It's something that I look at. I wasn't ready at the time, and everyone has a unique story as to what brings them to Salt Lake Community College, which is what I think makes this such an amazing place. My story was I needed a chance. I wasn't as serious as maybe I could have been in my high school years growing up in South Louisiana, but this place gave me that chance, and that I will never forget. As I think about what's transpired since then, I graduated from the college. I went on to start my career here at Salt Lake Community College. That's where I got to know Dr. Huftalin. She became a friend, a colleague, a teammate, and someone who I just have incredible respect for and fond memories. But I'm going to tell a quick story because this shows how much of a support partner she is and can be to lifting others up. So when I first started, I told this story last night, but I got to tell it because it does kind of ring true to who Deneece is. My first job was in the bookstore. And as you know, when you graduate from college, you deserve a corner office. You should have a corner office. So I got that corner office. It actually was a storage closet, but it was in the corner. And Deneece reminded me often that it does not diminish your title, I promise you, you're okay. But we had a lot of fun, and I learned a ton throughout that time, both as a student, as an employee, and I got to know Deneece for who she is. It is a great day for Salt Lake Community College and the state of Utah. And as I think about the road ahead for the college, I'm amazed. Every time I come back to Utah and step foot on this campus, I'm amazed at the goosebumps I get just seeing the progress and the progress that just continues. And so I just applaud and congratulate you, Dr. Huftalin, on the road ahead. I applaud and congratulate you for all the progress that's been made to date. It's a great day. It's a great day for Salt Lake Community College.
Lois Ostrak, Salt Lake Community College Faculty Senate President, and Joseph Gallegos, Faculty Association President.
Many faculty members have known the remarkable Dr. Deneece Huftalin through her years of service to the college. Faculty have appreciated the ways she supported students' successes through their academic endeavors, which is, after all, the #1 reason we're here at Salt Lake Community College. 2 years ago, I had an opportunity to get to know Dr. Huftalin, the then Vice President of Student Services, on a personal professional level when she was invited to address the adjunct faculty at their annual fall conference. Dr. Huftalin captivated the faculty. She was such a popular conference presenter that the Faculty Teaching and Learning Center engraved her name on their permanent short list of keynote speakers. Dr. Huftalin, it's an extraordinary honor to serve with you in your first year as president of Salt Lake Community College. You have reached across the chasm from the student services and the administration side to the academic side. In your few short months in office, you have begun building strong bridges. You are driving a bulldozer of purposeful conversation between faculty and staff and administration. There is only one word to describe your presidency, and that is exciting.
Well, whose tab should I read? Well, good morning. It is a tremendous honor as Faculty Association President to share a few thoughts about Dr. Huftalin. I met Dr. Huftalin a year or two after arriving at the college, when she was Dean of Students, before she earned her doctorate. We participated in a week-long leadership academy with student leaders. From the way Dr. Huftalin interacted with students and staff members at that academy, I knew that she was someone special, someone who gained my respect, and someone who I would want to work with on future projects. I was impressed that she chose faculty members to participate in the Student Services Project. Over the years since that first encounter, she has continued to reach out to faculty, staff, to do what is best for students and the greater community of Salt Lake Community College. We, as faculty, are looking forward to strengthening these ties and continue working with her as Salt Lake Community College becomes more prominent at the national level with some of our initiatives currently underway, and with any future initiatives. President Huftalin, it has been a pleasure working with you in all the roles you've had at the college. I am looking forward to your leadership as president of Salt Lake Community College.
Gus Calder, Taylorsville Redwood delegate of the Salt Lake Community College Staff Association.
All right. Hello, good morning. Thank you all for being here. It's an honor and privilege to stand here today representing the over 1,700 staff members spread across our Salt Lake Community College campuses. I promise not to be here all day. They only paid for the hour. President Huftalin once told me that one of the many reasons that she likes working at the college is because of the college community atmosphere, the college community and the campus atmosphere. Everyone working with everyone to achieve their goals. In the years that the president has worked here, she is working with staff member and working directly with faculty and staff. She's helped over thousands of people achieve their educational goals, which in turn helps achieve your personal and your life goals. President, with your genuine kindness and caring for the Salt Lake Community College and the community at large, your character has grown strong and your wonderful reputation is well deserved. And please feel free to call the help desk anytime. It's also my honor today to present the college gift to Dr. Huftalin. The president reveres and celebrates words. She started her interim period capitalizing on the words help, thanks, and wow. She often uses one word and its definition to launch her presidential messages to the entire college. She also chose the special quote as the theme for her inauguration. To recognize and celebrate her love of words, the landscaped area in front of the Academic and Administration Building here on the Taylorsville Redwood campus will be designated as a Respectus, which is a place of reflection and thoughtfulness. There are large sandstone pavers and stepping stones in the area, and as a gift to the president, each year of her presidency, a quote will be engraved on one of the stones in the area. With benches, berms, and quotes for contemplation, the Respectus will be a place for students, staff, faculty, and the community to pause, gather, reflect, think, and share their experiences. President, on behalf of the staff and the Staff Association Executive Board, the words we offer you today are thanks, wow, and congratulations.
Hold on to me as we go, as we roll down this up-to-Mary road, and out all this way is stringing us along. Just know you're not alone. I'm gonna make this place your home. Settle down, it'll all be clear. Don't pay no mind to the demons, they fill you with fear. The troubles, they might drag you down. You get lost, you can always be found. Just know you're not alone. 'Cause I'm gonna make this place your home. no mind to the demons, they fill you with fear. The troubles, they might drag you down. You get lost, you can't always be found. Just know you're not alone. I'm gonna make this place your home. Come on, y'all. Hey.
That's our very own Joy and Eric. Please welcome Commissioner David Buehler, Utah System of Higher Education.
Well, thank you. Before Vice Chair Davis delivers the Regent charge to President Huftalin, it's my opportunity to share just a few words with you today on the occasion of the installation of Dr. Deneece G. Huftalin as the 8th President of Salt Lake Community College. As Commissioner of Higher Education, I have the opportunity to be involved in presidential searches from time to time. And during these searches, I meet a number of very well-qualified individuals who are interested in being considered. This was certainly the case here at Salt Lake Community College. At the same time, throughout this search, something that was a little bit different, I was constantly asked by members of the community, faculty, staff, and students of this institution, why are you searching? We already have the best possible president, the interim president, Deneece Huftalin. Well, we're fortunate that Deneece decided to be considered as part of this search. A rigorous and inclusive search process confirmed that, in fact, what I was hearing was true, that the woman serving as interim president, who had already devoted much of her life and career to the college, is the best person to lead it forward as president. President Huftalin brings to this position all that she has learned throughout her career, helping to build Salt Lake Community College into what it is today and guiding it into an even brighter future. Well, President Huftalin, as Commissioner of Higher Education, it is my great pleasure to congratulate you and to officially welcome you on behalf of the Utah System of Higher Education and the presidents of the state's other 7 public colleges and universities as the 8th president of Salt Lake Community College. Your leadership will benefit not only this great institution, but the communities of Salt Lake County and the entire state of Utah. Congratulations and best wishes.
Pastor France Davis, Vice Chair, Utah State Board of Regents.
Good morning to all of you. Maybe we ought to try that one more time. I mean, it's a great day to be at Salt Lake Community College, and maybe it's not a great morning for most of you, but let's try it one more time. Good morning to all of you. Good morning. It's great to be here. Chair Dan Campbell is not able to be here, and he asked me if I would extend the charge on behalf of the Board of Regents to the newly elected president for the college. President Huftalin, you bring to Salt Lake Community College more than 20 years of strong experience working with and advocating for students. You demonstrated as interim president your great capacity to lead this institution, Utah's only large, urban, comprehensive community college. Salt Lake Community College is at a critical point of access to higher education, reaching many thousands of students at 10 campuses, also through concurrent and online enrollment. Salt Lake Community College plays an important role in our state, providing a wide range of educational opportunities in 120 areas of study. This institution started as a trade school to serve soldiers returning from World War II. Now, several decades later, Salt Lake Community College is true to its important role of providing workforce development as Utah's largest provider of career and technical education. The Board of Regents has full confidence in you, President Huftalin, to lead Salt Lake Community College honorably and successfully. It is now my responsibility and privilege to deliver to you a formal charge on behalf of the Utah Board of Regents. President Huftalin, I draw to your attention 4 areas of focus as you define your agenda, set priorities, and meet the challenges that are ahead. First, educate and equip students to compete and excel in the world. Salt Lake Community College is a diverse and inclusive institution and must become even more so to fully reflect the population of Salt Lake County. For nearly 7 decades, training the workforce has always been core to the college's mission. This includes career and technical education and transfer degrees. Higher education is increasingly the path through which Utah will find knowledge and develop skills to compete in the world. Continue, President Huftalin, to be responsive to employers and engage with community partners. As you do so, you will provide students with skills and knowledge in demand in our economy to prepare them for quality jobs. Help students complete their studies and receive their certificates and degrees. Dedicated faculty and deans, administrators, and staff who live the values of access, quality, and service to students will help you to fulfill these important goals. Secondly, stay true to Salt Lake Community College's mission. This institution's mission is one of preparation to enter to college-level work, preparation for the workforce, preparation for 4-year degrees, and preparation even beyond. Thus, this mission includes keeping Salt Lake Community College affordable and accessible, focused on student support, including providing clear paths to help them achieve their goals. Continue, President Huftalin, to foster areas of academic strength in business, biotech, health sciences, the humanities, engineering, and applied technology. Your success will further establish Salt Lake Community College's national reputation as not only one of the largest, but also one of the best community colleges in the nation. Third, build unity within your institution. You face a particular challenge as the president of a multi-campus institution with many disciplines and programs. Many students are focused on a particular campus and may not interact with those on other campuses. All are commuters, also consistent with the community college's mission. working with your student leaders, faculty, and staff, build your traditions and find additional ways to expand a sense of unity and belonging among the campus community. To build unity, it will be important to listen to students, to listen to faculty, to listen to staff, and to listen to the community. Every Bruin should find a part of and take pride in this great institution of higher learning. Fourth, focus on strengthening relationships with the community that you serve. Salt Lake County is the home of more than 1 million people, 27% of whom are racially and ethnically diverse. In this county, the interaction with local elected officials representing 17 municipal governments, relationships with 5 school districts, and more than 24 high schools are also important. One of your many strengths is, President Huftalin, a warm and approachable personality, which will help you in strengthening ties between college and your many community partners. These relationships will help the college and help our state to reach our educational goals. You must also work collaboratively with the Commissioner of Higher Education, the Board of Regents, and your colleagues in the Council of Presidents, Salt Lake Community College's Board of Trustees, alumni, the governor, and the legislature. Your collaborative approach and willingness to listen will continue to serve you well. President Huftalin, you set the tone and the standard for this great institution. As a woman of strong character, optimism, warmth, integrity, intellect, ability, and experience, you have our full confidence and support as you build your Salt Lake Community College's past successes into a bright future. I would like to add just a few personal comments. The Board of Regents undertook an extensive and rigorous process to find the 8th president of Salt Lake Community College, assisted by some 21 members of the search committee. This search committee represented trustees, faculty, staff, students, alumni, community members, and regents. During that search, you served this institution ably as interim president. As you served, we saw a groundswell of support both on and off campus for your leadership. Ultimately, you were persuaded to allow us to consider you among a pool of 55 well-qualified candidates for this position. This consideration led to the clear conclusion that you are the best person to lead this college at this critical time in its history. Already, you have shown that this confidence has been well placed. Dr. Huftalin, as you lead this college, you will be assisted by a capable and very supportive spouse, Tim. We appreciate his many contributions as well. You are a woman of integrity and strong character, and you and your family will continue to be a great resource to this community. As you go forward, I want you to know of my personal support and my highest regard. President Deneece Huftalin, please join me now here at the podium as we present this medallion. Congratulations, President Deneece Huftalin.
President Deneece G. Huftalin. Max Huftalin, representing the Huftalin family.
Good morning. I guess my official title now would be First Son, which is fitting as I'm not only the child of a president, I'm also the oldest and therefore wisest child of Dr. Deneece Huftalin. I've known for a really long time that my mother would hold a position like this one day. When I was very little with my younger brother Eli, my family spent an entire Mother's Day dressing our lovely mom up like a queen and treating her like royalty all day. And it was all fun and games, but ever since that day, I could see a newfound lust for power in my mother's eye. I think we should all count ourselves extremely lucky that we've made it here today with relatively few Game of Thrones-esque incidents. In all seriousness, Deneece Huftalin is one of the greatest embodiments of good that I have ever met, and I've known her my whole life, so. She is ridiculously kind, giving, and cares far greater than most. She's also wildly intelligent, as well as wise. She has, and forever will, surprise me with her capacity to love and to use her doctorate-earning brain. She is also, I think you'll find, a natural leader, not through fear or force or flattery, but by inspiring others to do the best that they can. Throughout the years, I've met people who work with my mother, for my mother, or even just know her, and the amount of love and affection that others feel for her is mind-blowing. She is a woman of the people, and she will always be. She's also very trusting, as evidenced by letting her son introduce her. I very easily could have just compiled a PowerPoint of embarrassing photos and shown it to the world, so that's trust right there. I feel like I've talked enough. She's much more eloquent than I am anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce the new president of Salt Lake Community College and my queen mother, Dr. Deneece Huftalin.
That was beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all. What an extraordinary day. Thank you all very, very much for those wonderful, fabulous remarks. And thank you, Joy and Eric, for getting the house rocking. That was nice. Governor Herbert, Vice Chair Davis, members of the Board of Regents, Chair Miller, and Salt Lake Community College trustees, esteemed fellow and former presidents, elected officials, students, colleagues, family, and friends. I am so honored that you are all here sharing this moment with me, but much more importantly, sharing the larger journey of Salt Lake Community College. I am proud and humbled to accept the president's position and the charge that I have been given at this institution, which I have come to love deeply. I express my deepest thanks for the trust shown to me by our regents, our trustees, our community, our faculty, my colleagues, and most importantly, the students of Salt Lake Community College. It is a sacred trust and one that I am determined to honor in partnership with all of you in our voyage to make Salt Lake Community College the premier community college in this country. So the notion of dreaming big is part of America's collective psyche. From the beginning of our nation, our founding fathers and mothers dreamt of a different political structure, a more inclusive political process, despite the previous eras that had defined them. And while I acknowledge that they didn't address all of the injustices at that time,
They were nevertheless dreamers in imagining new boundaries and new ideals and new rules, and they went about the task of creating them. And the evolution of the community college itself is a product of dreaming and doing. Throughout the 20th century, educational leaders recognized the need for different types of training and educational access as America became more diverse and economic and regional needs began to intensify and change. The community college model emerged as a higher education dream to provide access to citizens who weren't wealthy enough to attend the universities, or to adult learners who could not leave their local community. It evolved to strengthen access to the breadth of general education and to provide more flexible and technical training for the workforce. The community college truly represents the democratization of American higher education and continues to lead the way in providing open and affordable college access to millions of students and workers. So it's fitting today that we continue the focus on dreaming and doing to acknowledge this impulse, this celebrating the genetic coding of our history. So first, let's dream. As a community college, we deal every day in hope. It is the essence of what we do. And for many of us, it's the impetus to come to work every day to enliven dreams alongside students. In fact, many of you sitting in this arena today, right now, could rattle off personal stories of students you teach and you serve and the dreams they have. Stories like Scott Vargas, a young man and Marine with several deployments under his belt who dreams of teaching philosophy. Having witnessed firsthand the duality of mankind, having seen people at their very best and their very worst in war zones, he is now committed to reconciling this experience by studying and teaching philosophy. He is a kind and gentle, thoughtful patriot, and he's now pursuing his dreams at this college. Or Duke Bior, who after fleeing South Sudan and spending years in a Kenyan refugee camp, arrived at Salt Lake Community College to begin to study computer programming, who alongside his studies began to dream again about changing other refugees' educational trajectories, and who used his education and leadership skills to found a nonprofit dedicated to financially assisting orphans who have dreams of their own. Or Bart Harmataki, who spent 34 years building homes before he returned to school and changed careers, who was struck by the strength he found in his classmates who ranged from 21 to 56 years old, who came from all walks of life, and who held varying different beliefs, but found common ground in their dream to help people improve their lives. He will graduate this May from the college as an occupational therapy assistant and thrived having been surrounded by such diverse student colleagues. Scott, Dude, and Bart represent the best of Salt Lake Community College students, but they are not unique in their stories. Each of our students, whether coming right out of high school or returning several years away, whether coming reluctantly because they've been laid off or joyfully because they've gained entrance into our nursing program, whether they're first generation or a returning veteran, they all have dreams. They know that power comes from knowledge and ultimately becomes the personal power to shape their destiny. They know that with education comes freedom. Freedom to realize in the world the dreams that you hold in your heart. And our task, our mission, if you will, or our calling, is to help those students live into those dreams. As Maya Angelou shares, there is no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside you. So we must dream alongside our students. We must find ways to encourage dreaming and risking and inventiveness around one another. We must dream of ways to improve our completion and transfer rates. We must dream of ways to help businesses find trained workers more effectively. We must dream our ways out of insufficient models of teaching and into new, innovative methods. As the professional community entrusted to these students' dreams, we must examine our own fixed and rigid mindsets and inhabit what Stanford psychologist Dr. Carol Dweck describes as a growth mindset. She argues that by adopting a mindset which believes that there is room to change and there's room to grow, we can fundamentally serve students better. By questioning our own practices and considering our own growth and change, we can enliven and enhance our work. Her research considers the impact of not yet thinking rather than failure thinking, and demonstrates how by praising students for their progress or their strategic thinking or their effort, rather than a singular outcome right now, we can change the odds for many students who have been historically left behind. She nudges us to embrace the power of yet versus the tyranny of now by rethinking practices and engaging in growth-focused thinking to strengthen learning. By adopting positive restlessness, by dreaming ourselves out of our comfort zones, and by knowing what our students dream about, we can significantly change our community. By cultivating a collective respect for dreaming and imagination and not yet thinking, we can thrive together as a community. But only if we then do. We have come a long way since 1948 when we had 250 students. And I honor the achievements of the faculty and leaders of Salt Lake Community College who have brought us to this point. But I also envision a future better, beyond our present best. As an open access institution in a state with wildly changing demographics, we have many students arriving with no experience navigating the path of higher education. 64% of our new students are first-generation students. No one in their family has had the opportunity to model for them the steps and activities and behaviors that bring success in college. We need to understand and identify the barriers that they encounter and provide the tools or services and resources that will help them transcend those obstacles. I share a goal with many of you in this room to improve our graduation and transfer rates. And even though we have consistently been in the top 10 in the nation for certificates and degrees awarded, we have a lot of room for improvement. We must commit to doing more and doing it better. And to do this, I believe we need to engage in a community of trust and respect, where creativity and responsiveness are incentivized. We must find joy in the doing and collectively examine our results, consider new, somewhat audacious approaches, and deep six things that don't work, and try even if we fail. We must, in the words of Theodore Roosevelt, dare greatly together. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who errs, who comes short again and again, who at the very best knows in the end the triumph of achievement, but if he fails, who at worst at least fails while daring greatly. To do and dare greatly, we must first trust one another, identify our shared values and common purpose, and then keep those at the forefront of our decisions. We must dare to set higher targets for completion rates, both within semester and at degree completion, resource pedagogies and practices which complement those targets. We should dare to call out achievement gaps and reset the way we respond to underrepresented students. We should dare to be an even more inclusive as an institution. By boosting inclusivity and diversity efforts, we bring to bear powerful resources and tap into strengths found in the rich and diverse thinking and perspectives and life of experiences cultivated in the many traditions and cultures of our world. We must dare to build spaces which integrate learning and break down silos and leverage the diversity of our students into a more integrated curriculum. We should dare to incentivize pathways to our USHE partners to improve transfer rates. Dare to listen to business and industry and actually change curriculum to meet their needs. Dare to work with our K-12 colleagues to align curriculum and expectations to college pathways. Dare to examine bureaucratic practices which impede imagination and nimbleness, and then change them. Dare to hold each other accountable to bring surprising, sound, and stimulating ideas to the table. Listen to students' experiences and respond as learners and not knowers. We should heed columnist Care Anderson's advice to become opportunity makers, to do something smarter together for the common good. All of this begins when we align the resources and talents that are sitting in this room to move the needle internally so that people notice externally. For instance, just this week we announced the college's receipt of the coveted Carnegie Classification for Community Engagement. This national recognition as a community-engaged institution underscores the work of so many faculty and staff and students in community participation, outreach, and support. It means we are exemplary in preparing educated and engaged citizens with strong civic responsibility. It means our college and our students are addressing critical societal issues and contributing to the public good. We all have or know stories about the transformative experience that can happen on a college campus. I would bet each one of you sitting here today can identify a teacher or a staff person who at some point in your educational journey illuminated your path. And now you want to light that path for others. But our dreams without action only mark time. My hope is that our dreams will eclipse our fears and our actions will transform our words into the reality for many students of a life filled with greater personal power, power to make a real dream come true that may only be now a glimmer. We all have a part to play by calling forth our best ideas, our best efforts, and our best selves. We can all dream. So together, let's become the dreamers who do. Dreamers who do can make phenomenal changes in the lives of one student, one colleague, one community, and one world. Thank you very much for your trust in me as a leader.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Gail Miller, Chair of the Salt Lake Community College Board of Trustees.
President Huftalin, you have been a strong supporter, invaluable contributor, and an academic leader of this institution for 22 years. You've been the strongest advocate imaginable for students for your entire career. As president of the Salt Lake Community College, please know that you have support of the college community and Utah's community as you step into what we know will be a presidency filled with profound academic excellence and progress. As you assume your new role, we hope the words of this Inauguration Day will continue to guide you. The world needs dreamers and the world needs doers. But above all, the world needs dreamers who do. Thank you for joining us today, and congratulations, President Huftalin.
Hope when you take that jump, you don't feel the fall. Hope when the water rises, you built a wall.